have this serious conversation because she was saying being a vegan isn't natural because our ancestors wasn't vegan, right? We was having that conversation. It's all love. It's all love. And so I'm telling her, we're supposed to, let's say this is the case, and I do believe primitive man was eating meat, right? That's why the motherfuckers called primitive man. But what I would say is the goal is supposed to be to get better from one generation to the next. So the point being made that our ancestors didn't do it doesn't necessarily make it right. I would believe that they didn't have all the answers. When we say that, that's the presumption that our ancestors had all the right answers, right? And there's a point in our time, like a golden era, where our ancestors was just lit. Like everything they was doing was so in front of humanity that it almost gives this impression that everything they did was right, just because they were ahead of every fucking body else. And that's a farce. But that's how brilliant and amazing our ancestors were. They did so much legitimate shit that we start thinking they could do no wrong. So fuck it, if a nigga was eating a little cow here and there, he might be onto something. But we also got to look at it as time progresses and more information is available and put at our disposal. We'll learn new things. So there's another perspective we can look at, and we can ask ourselves, maybe this is new information, right? And new evaluations and new analytics have us arrive at the conclusion that we should eat a plant-based diet, right? So that's the conversation. But what we was talking about, she was like, yo, I gotta eat cheese, you know, I need a little this, that, and the third on my pizza. And I'm like, yo, look, and then what about milk and skim milk, or what skinny milk? What you call that milk? Some crazy ass fucking milk. And I eat Popeyes, and I'm like, yo, don't even say that. So we going at it. She started trashing me and shit. So I'm like, yo, listen, this is what we gotta really do. We gotta have a real heart to heart. And this is for the black women out there, right? Because she's one thing, like I was building before, I said, yo, you know what? There's something we can't do. You're not stupid. You're not ignorant. I don't know her to ignore facts since I've been building with her. And you know what it is? You got to think about the people that you be building and giving knowledge to, and they be disregarding that shit, and you get frustrated because she be out here sharing mad spiritual knowledge with people in her family and everything, and they be like disregarding what she's talking about, and she be getting annoyed by it. So then when I'm having this food conversation, what I want you to do in retrospect is say, yo, how do I feel when I'm talking to niggas who don't abide by or subscribe to things I'm saying that I know is legitimized through research? So I want you to be the same way instead of giving me a hard time. So she gave me a hard fucking time. I'm gonna keep it real. She gave me a hard time just now, right? And so I said this to her: you're neither ignorant nor are you lacking in intelligence. So the only thing I would have to conclude is, after I give you information about this food in this particular instance, if you see how it destroys your body, okay, if you see what it does to you internally or mentally, and you get the research that confirms it, then I would have to question how much you love yourself. Because I can't question if you're smart, because you have smarts, you have intelligence, and you're not an ignorant person. You could choose to ignore these facts, but I have to say, man, she's not so unintelligent that she can't make that decision, because she's actually very intelligent, because I wouldn't even have taken the time to have this conversation. So you're not ignorant, because if you was ignorant, you would never even been watching me for all these years for me to even connect with you in the first place. So it's not that, right? So now I'm like, self-love, it exists on different levels. You could go to people and be like, yo, I don't hate myself, but the shit that they do is a demonstration of self-hate or a lack of love thereof. We don't like to see ourselves like that, but if we go into it in this most minuscule form, we get to the microcosmic aspect of self-hate, not the macro that's so obvious for everyone to see because it's so big. We'll realize, damn, some of the decisions I'm making is crazy. So when you was like talking about cheese, right, talking about dairy in general, I was like, yo, what about fibroids? You know, fibroids is destroying the black community. Black women is a big ass target. That's why I began at the Nation of Islam for pushing the bean pies and shit. So fibroids is crazy. It's pushing on the pelvic area. Yeah, niggas be eating bean pies. But that, you like bean pies too? I know you do.
I mean, like,
I ain't mad at you. You're entitled to. It's not wrong to like something that how it tastes and everything. But the reality is this. This is what I'm telling you. This is
say why the fake hair though? What the fuck?
Yo, we sticking to one thing at a
Like,
time.
damn.
Don't worry. Don't get distracted by none of that. Because I'm gonna tell you this. We're built.
Fake hair doesn't define me as a person.
And watch this. Let me tell you something. We sitting here and we building, and guess what? You're part of contributing to information that's going to empower other people, right? There's many of women that look for your look, right? That looking to have your shape and your look and everything, right? And guess what? The people who may judge you right now are not doing anything to contribute to anything that may add value or impart wisdom to other people that are in the lack of know. So you're part of something that's greater than yourself right now, right? So I would never reduce you to what kind of hair you wear in conversation, because guess what? There's a lot of people with good hair who don't or are not on a platform sharing no fucking information and being disrespectful to their own race. You feel what I'm saying? So that's not the conversation. The conversation right now is food and it being a drug. Food is a fucking drug. Part of my language now. Food is a drug. And what I was explaining, right, to this beautiful woman right here, what I was explaining to her is that it's been a long night too. Trust me, it's been a very long night. So keep that in mind. All right, it's been a very long day into a long night. Keep that in mind. But what I was explaining to her was like, yo, listen, if you find out, I said, yo, who's when she was telling me about the pizza, nah, man, and the cheese and everything. I love cheese and the pizza, and I drink tea every day, but I put milk in it and I put sugar in it every day. And I'm like, all I hear is the word crack, right? Because sugar's crack. That's what I hear. I hear crack. It is crack. Your brain interprets crack, cocaine, bread, and rice the same exact way, just on different intervals. When you consume that food, your body sees them things all the same way. That's one. So then when you was talking about the cheese and everything like that, I'm like, you know what? Who's leading the world in fibroids? I said, what race? He said, black people. What gender? Women, black women. And I said, women have to get rid of their womb as the remedy. Women have to terminate their children because the tumors, the non-cancerous tumors they call fibroids, is impeding on the space or competing on the space with their children. So they got to go through that emotional trauma as well. When a woman loses her womb, she loses a lot of her identity as a woman. The shit that makes her so distinct from men and distinct from others all over the planet. You being a black woman, the creator, the foundation of everything that we call humanity. You're the progenitor of society. So if that be the case, we got to sit here and say, yo, whatever the fuck, whatever is contradicting or working in as an adversary against who and what you are as a woman, that's the devil. That's wickedness. You feel what I'm saying? So that fibroid is the fucking devil. But worse than that, what really is the devil is the decision that we make, right? That you got to hold yourself accountable now, because ain't nobody putting a gun to your head and saying get fibroids, but ain't nobody also teaching us the proper dietary regimen. So now my point was, if I show you what if I show you what cheese is doing and what milk is doing and what turkey was doing, right? Because we was talking about turkey. Turkey's high in estrogen levels. Anything that raises your estrogen levels well over the amount that you're supposed to have precipitates fibroids. The number one reason for fibroids is too much estrogen. So stress causes you to raise your estrogen level, right? And dairy raises your estrogen levels, right? And so these are things that offset or create fibroids. And now if we do the knowledge, I said, yo, don't just trust me. Go out there, do the research. If you do the knowledge and you look it up and you find out this treacherous dis-ease that we call fibroids that black women are more susceptible and vulnerable to on the planet than anybody else. If you find out the number one reason why they have it is because they eat fatty fish like salmon and tuna. You find out because they're consuming milk, right? You find out because they're eating fortified cereals or fortified foods. Fortified cereals mean that they don't naturally have the nutrients in it, but someone's adding nutrients to the cereal to make it healthy. That's called fortified cereals, and those cause estrogen levels to raise, and then those estrogen levels that raise cause fibroids to grow in your body. So when we find out all the targeted areas that's causing these fibroids, And it's just a matter of saying, stop eating those foods. And you reply like most people reply. But I just can't be vegan. Like, I just can't. I love cheese. But we got to think. You love cheese more than your womb. That's what it comes down to. And if we set it in that context, we might make a better decision. Fact or fiction?
No, it's fact.
Do you love cheese more than your womb? If you tell me, yo, Pete, I don't know how to let go of this cheese. After I do the knowledge, then I'm saying, yo, my nigga love cheese more than they womb.
Yeah.
You
like,
feel
you
me?
know what? I didn't even know, like, cheese had to do with me. I didn't know.
I know.
You know?
But now that
But
you know.
now, I know.
Now that you know, you're going to eat that cheese, right? You're still going to have a piece of cheese. I can see it in your eyes.
Look.
There we go. Talk to me.
See, I would have to learn new healthy things, you know. So I'm eating soul food.
And I'm going to tell you this.
African food.
And I'm going to tell you this. I don't mind you saying learn new healthy things. Because you should. That makes sense. Perfect sense. But I'm going to tell you this. Even if you couldn't replace it with something, you don't need it. Because it hurts you. That's the concept. You don't need it because it hurts you. It can make you lose your womb. It can have your friends and family crying because it creates a cancer in the end result. It can have you in depression, being a woman that can't do what women by design are supposed to be able to do. It can have you lose a child or tell you can't have no more children. And this is in the name of eating some cheese, baby. This is what I'm telling you. It ain't that deep. That's why I said the knowledge is important, because the knowledge is the impetus that make us make decisions. If we study the knowledge and entrench ourselves in the knowledge long enough, what's going to happen is the knowledge takes over, and it's easier to make the decision.
Yeah, that's true.
So you know what we do? We
healthy ways to eat.
Yeah.
Just, figure out healthy ways. Because honestly,
you're too smart to make crazy decisions. You're the same woman making crazy decisions. You're sane. You're a sane woman making crazy decisions. But I'm your keeper. We gotta be our brothers and our sisters' keeper, right? So if I catch you lacking, I'm gonna be like, yo, when we was breaking it down, she was like, yo, but chicken got protein and all that. So I'm like, all right, what makes a protein? And what are they made up of? So then I start going into how amino acids are monomers of what they call proteins. And then I'm like, how many proteins exist? I'm like, yo, I know you don't know that one. She started laughing. I'm like, nah, I'm not saying that to demean you at all. I'm saying, like, I just know, because the average person don't know. And not only the average person, most people on the planet don't fucking know. So 22. You dig what I'm saying? And now...
That's why I like learning new stuff,
Yeah, because when you get the info, it's like, because you're like, yo, I just think not eating meat is not healthy. So then, I was like, yo, am I looking unhealthy and stuff? Because, what's up? She's like, nah, but it just seemed like it's not. And I'm like, she got every right to say that, because it's your right to say that's how you feel about something. So then I'm like, let's contextualize it and let's see what unhealthy means and represents, and let's find out which one logically and analytically is unhealthy. Because we can feel one way about something, and it's your right to feel a way about something, and there's another thing to do the knowledge.
Yeah.
And then let's come to a conclusion after we do the knowledge, right? So that's how we just gotta approach conversation. But I just really appreciate her, because she be open for the bill, and like I said, she be educating people about a lot of things that be over their head, and she get frustrated because she be like, yo, she be talking about African sciences and culture and everything to people, and because of her disposition, I think a lot of times people just don't even believe you have the right to even share that kind of info, because they want that information to be coming a personage of a person dressed and looking different, because I went through it a lot of times, right? But the fact of the matter is, you still giving them facts.
Like, oh, we don't care. Or what is that? This is everyone's favorite. What does that have to do with my life? Like,
you feel me? And that's why I'm telling you, right? That's why I'm telling you, don't be that person. When I come at your ass and I start showing you something,
but that's the difference. I'm open. I like to learn and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. You're
really
really open. I'm not telling you do whatever I tell you to do. I'm telling you look up what I tell you, and if you say, yo, damn, that's just true. Oh, there's no red meat for real. Meat ain't red for real. No, it's brown and gray. And if you saw brown or gray meat, you would not cook that. Right or wrong, fact or fiction. If you saw some brown and red meat sold in the supermarket, you would feel like what? So where do you think I'm gonna tell you. They put carbon monoxide in the meat to make it have that red hue because it's more appealing. Because if you went in the supermarket and you saw something brown or gray, something in your subconscious is like, where our brain is designed, when we see brown and gray, we know don't eat it. How much stuff is brown or gray that we know of when it comes to consuming?
Yeah.
You start thinking of shit like, yo, that's some shit. Like, I ain't no shit. Shit is brown. You know what I'm saying? That's how we would look at it. So if you saw some brown or gray meat, you leave it alone. So what they do, they put carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is poison. So you accumulatively eat meat, then that's poison. Then you saw a son eating the lamb, and you say, yo, you taste a piece of his lamb. You said it tasted good, right? Now you remember when the terrorist was, remember the anthrax scare, when they was putting anthrax in envelopes? You know about that? Because you're young. Yeah, it was like a little violent thing. People open up their envelopes, and it was passing out and dying and everything. So lamb has more anthrax than any other food on the planet. Lamb is high in anthrax. Lamb. But you know what? It tastes good. So anthrax must be a seasoning you into.
Because I be, gyros, whatever you want to call it.
You be in gyros, the lamb gyros. And then you got to look at the people that serve you that. They don't fuck with black people. And you got to look at them. I'm asking you some real shit. Okay. When you buy your lamb gyro, that ain't coming from.
I get it from an African halal place.
Listen.
They're African.
What is Islam done to you or for you? That's what I want to know. What is Islam doing for you? I'm just saying. Like, I'm gonna keep it tall with you. The people who's controlling those industries ain't us.
This is crazy. Like.
She's.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta. That's what I'm saying. You can. Stop saying you can't.
I just can't believe this because I'm thinking like if anything, lamb would be like.
But you believed it was good, so why you can't believe it's bad? You had no problem believing it was. Don't worry about that. Then it's okay. Everything is all right. It's the knowledge that's important. You feel me? So what we gotta understand is what idealistically. What we gotta understand idealistically is that at the end of the day, the people running these institutions, the food institutions and everything, they was against us from the beginning.
It's a trick.
Yeah.
Because
if they cared, we would have some kind of education in the schools that would teach us the right food to eat and don't eat, so that way we would know how to make a more conscientious decision. But if you go to the school system, right, they feed you for school lunch garbage.
Yeah.
The little chocolate milks and the skin of the white potato is made up of arsenic, and arsenic is used to make rat poison. So that's
what about the red potato?
Red potato is better. It's starch nonetheless, but it's better.
Okay, what'd you say about starch?
That shit is acid. That shit is trash. I'm telling you, starch ain't. That's why all of a sudden people coming out with the keto diet and this, that, and the third. You can take the fat, but don't eat the starch. Like, yo, listen, people stay remixing our holistic sciences. It's not complicated. I'm gonna tell you.
It's complicated because it's like the stuff that you would think is good. Okay?
I get it. And no, I'm gonna tell you what's complicated. Being black and growing up void of a culture, living in this diaspora. When you get born into a society that has raped, robbed, and pillaged your people, and then you have to find your way, and your parent was on a slave plantation, so your father's father and your mother's mother most likely got their information directly from the slave master or their immediate parent that was on the plantation. So our knowledge is slave knowledge. So the way we eat, the way we raise our children, all that's coming from slavery.
Yeah, I mean,
it's transgenerational.
It's just like getting passed down.
Yes.
You know?
So what's the problem? The problem is ignorance has been normalized. So when somebody come by and say, yo, listen, this is crazy, this is wild, this is it's designed in such a way that you've been lied to for so long that if somebody tell you one truth, then it'd be impossible. It's impossible to tell you one truth without telling you many truths. But it's not impossible to tell you one lie and walk away. To tell you the truth would be for me to stay here and have to talk to you for an extended period of time because it's going to be necessary to dispel so many things because you've been lied to since you were born on every level, spirituality, health, everything.
The crazy thing is I'm the one that like started doing the research, like I'm just like I just started asking questions, like
yeah.
Some more questions. emotions. Like, why do I gotta go with this?
It's real talk.
Yeah.
So, the way the society is, you could be lied to once, but to get the truth, you have to be told the truth 1,000 times. That's how society is. You could be lied to once, but to wake up, you need the truth 1,000 times. And nobody got time for 1,000 truths. We ride, keep on. Yo, look, people be like, watch this though. I know, because you're on that type of time. Yo, look, be so high to play and be like over our head. But it's like, you can just get lied to ASAP. Boom. Lie to me, because people don't got no time for knowledge. So they be like, yo, just lie to me, because I got somewhere to go. Because telling me the truth, I'm going to have to sit down here. Then I got to go, after you tell me the truth, look this information up, apply myself.
I be wanting the truth. I be wanting all that.
Yeah, and now that's what I'm saying. Don't just want the truth. Apply it. Don't turn around and say, yo, damn, like that shit was deep. Yo, I just learned so much. In the middle, you eating a pizza, like, yo, this information is deep. Don't do that. Don't do that. Take this information and use it for your livelihood, and use that, the way you respond to the information as a barometer. Introspect and ask yourself. Introspection is when you ask yourself why you think what you think or why you feel what you feel. That's introspection. So you got to ask yourself, damn, if I got this knowledge, why I'm not applying it for the sake of my own betterment or advancement? And you got to go dig in deep and say, what does this mean about me? If I got the truth and I'm still going against the truth, that's what you got to say. That's when it gets deep. That's when it gets deep. That's when it gets real.
Everything was just like tofu.
Because that's the first thing we get on when we like, okay, I'm vegan. I'm gonna eat French fries, pasta, pizza, and tofu and soy.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I thought it was. I'm like, I cannot eat tofu.
Yeah, because again, the knowledge is so limited that if we start in an endeavor to live in the truth, we still be partially a part in the lie. Because they got a lie waiting for you when you get into the truth. So the lie is get you some soy and tofu. That's part of the lies. That shit is the first. They get you into the lie. The second you come into the truth, your ass already part of a fucking lie. That's how they good at this. They good. And then you know what you start saying? Damn, I'm vegan, but I'm still feeling sick. In fact, I'm feeling even more sick. Why this ain't helping me? Because that ain't what you're supposed to be in. They ain't had no damn soy and tofu for you. Our ancestors, the ones you talking about, right?
Yeah.
They ain't had no soy and tofu for your ass. That's also true. Yeah, but remember, for you to eat that meat, it has to be seasoned by plants. Otherwise, you ain't eating that meat, because you ain't gonna lie to me and play games and say you gonna eat that lamb as is. That shit need to be seasoned. And